Hey fam, it's Tan back with another modification that I'll be doing on my 2021 Toyota Highlander. Those who have watched my previous videos, you'll know that 2 months ago I made a video where I removed the second row cup holders that were right here on the floor. My kids were tripping on those, and so removed it. Looks a lot more cleaner now. However, now that school started, I've run into another minor issue, which is the clearance with these armrests when they come in and out of the third row, as their backpacks can get caught, or even their little small body parts can get caught on the armrest as well. So I'm going to have my model give you a demonstration what usually takes place. All right, Gemma, hop in on a regular school day. My lovely assistant, Gemma. So I can get caught up there. You don't look happy to go to school. All right. Thanks, Gemma. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to remove these armrests today and see how that looks. And I'll do some measurements here as well. All right. So as you can see right now, the clearance that they currently have is, I would say, about 6.5 inches between the armrests right now for them to pass through. And once we remove this out, this should give us 11 inches of clearance as a pathway for not only kids but also adults that need to access the third row. Can't really push these captain's chairs forward and lean them forward like they have the capability to do because of these car seats. But over the coming years, once my kids get older, we can go ahead and remove the high backrest off, and then that would give us the ability to move the seat forward and push it forward so that people can actually access from the other side of, or basically behind the captain's chairs to get into the third row. This is a temporary mod. Whatever I do today, all these things that I've been taking off of my car since I've created this channel, I have all those spare parts sitting in a box, because one day if I need to put them back on to resell the car or whatever the case may be, I do intend to put these armrests back on, so that way adults can sit here and use this in the future. But for now, let's go ahead and get to it. The only tool that you'll really need is a 4mm socket like this. And we'll get started here. First, access this plastic cap here, take it off. That will expose the bolt inside, and take it out. Easy peasy. So that bolt comes right out, and you'll notice that it will expose the metal right here and this chunk of metal that's protruding out. I would imagine that would hurt, so I went ahead and I bought some plastic vinyl covers that you would normally cover on like nuts and bolts, to cover that up, so that way it'll lessen the impact if someone's knees hits this. But what I did is I created a template using a piece of paper. I put it over this section right here. You don't have to. I mean, if you take it off and you're comfortable with just having that metal exposed like that, then more power to you. But I'm going to go ahead and make this look a little bit more cleaner. And I already bought some leather strip tape with 3M backing, and I'm going to show you a little quick project to be able to have this covered up if you choose to. All right, so arts and craft time, everyone. To cover up the exposed metal on the captain's chairs, I went ahead and traced out a template. Just basically put a piece of paper onto the side of the captain's chair. Once the armrest is removed, I kind of traced around the shape. And once I've made that, I went ahead and bought some of this leather 3M backed tape, and I went ahead and made these templates out of it. This here made it a little bit bigger because my goal here is to use some of the adhesive on the back to tape it onto the actual leather itself on the chair. And so this is what I came up with. I got these right here, created these, used a 3-hole puncher to get me a perfect circle, and then I traced around the template right here. Matched the color. It matches pretty good to the actual factory color gray on the, I think it's Softex leather gray color. So we'll see how much this matches, but if this is something that you want to do, you can tell that I got plenty of leftover leather. So if this is a project that you want to do for yourself, this I bought for about 11 bucks on Amazon. But if you don't want to pay that money, send me an email. I'll put an email in my link, and I can look into cutting up these templates for you and mailing it to you for a small fee if you wanted to do this as well. Anywho, let's go ahead and take these back to the car and stick them on and see how they look. All right, so we're back in the car. Got the little cutout here. You can see that that is a pretty good match with the color. Stick this on. I'm just dry fitting it for now. It still has the 3M leather backing on it. And once it's taped on, that's what it'll look like. Then I'll take one of these plastic. I couldn't find gray ones, so I only saw them in red and white. But if you can find a gray one, that'd be preferable. But I got this. I think this is about, I want to say 8 millimeters, and just stick it right over like so. And that's what it would look like. Let me go ahead and do the passenger side, and I'll show you what the finished pathway looks like. All right. So this is what it looks like once we remove the armrest from both captain's chairs. I don't know if you can see the exposed metal on both sides are now covered. It's a pretty good match, and I plugged on the black vinyl covers. And let's see what my daughter thinks. All right, Gemma, first time getting in. Let me know what you think.
Wow, it's much more easier than those armrests.
All right. So, do you notice the difference with the extra room to get in and out, Gemma?
Yes.
All right. So, looks like we have a satisfied customer. All right, y'all. Just wanted to give you another idea. If you have kids like myself, not only will this be easier for kids to come in and out, but imagine if you have adults that need to come in and out of the second and third row as well. Normally, we'd be able to push this forward and then lean the seat forward. That'll give room to get into the backside here. But with these car seats here, It's pretty impossible. So until these come out, this is my temporary fix for now. And just make sure that you take those armrests, put it into a box that you can label Toyota Highlander parts. So that way, in the event you put those back on at a future date, which I do plan to do, you can have all the parts in one place. Anyhow, hopefully this helps you. Peace.